Hey guys, welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. In today's video, I'm going to be opening someone else's Airsoft collection and roasting it. A couple of big boxes here. It's not the guy's entire collection, but it was very nice of him to send it through to me so I could have a little look and see what he's got. So, okay, I can see what this is. This says, as you can probably see, Nozzle. Let's see what is actually in the box. Quite a nice case, and to be honest, I've not really handled a lot of Nozzle products myself, but wow, okay. So what have we got? We've got the rifle itself. Looks like got some BBs in here, a spare mag. Oh no, that's the mag for it, and more BBs. Okay. Let's have a little look, because I've not had a proper look at one of these yet. So I do have a VSR 10 that I probably built out maybe like 12, 15 years ago or something like that. But they are VSR 10s. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is quite sturdy. Let's see what we've got on here as far as an optic. Make sure that it's good. Right, it's not loaded. Fine. Okay, I think because mine's wrapped and it just feels a lot nicer, this does feel kind of like plasticky. Nice sort of like metal fluted barrel. It's got a fair weight to it, I must say. It does weigh a bit, but sort of, yeah, this is sort of rattles at the back. I'm sure you can tighten this up and change things around. Cool that you've got an adjustable length of pull. It looks like they've gone with the VSR style hop up on this, so obviously if this is where your hop up is, that means that your barrel is only from here up until, I'm assuming, probably pretty near the end there. So why would you pick one of these over something like a VSR 10? Well, I see what Nozzle was doing, and obviously, you know, I'm aware of his products and stuff like that. If you want an upgraded VSR 10, right out of the box, you can pick up a Nozzle SSG kind of rifle. So it should be completely empty. Yep, that's fine. Right, so, okay, let's, well, we need to chrono this, obviously, but I might. Quite a smooth bolt pull as well, actually, I must say. Depending on what the FPS is on this, that's if this is shooting like 500 FPS on a 0.2, then that is a very smooth bolt pull. Safety, yeah, you can see how it's blocking. It's, yeah, very smooth, I must say. My VSR, so that I've done a few upgrades of my own to, is a much stiffer bolt pull, but I kind of like it, you know. I kind of got used to it. You know, you get your own things that you like. I must say, this is really wide. Let's just knock that down. This is really wide, much wider than you would get on a VSR. So this is kind of like, this is really big to get your hands around. So if you're wearing gloves, then this is going to be like, it's got these bulges in the side which really kind of like fill your palm, but that's kind of thick, you know. When you compare that to an AK, for example, just have a look at that. See how thin the AK grip is, and see how massively fat this thing is. Okay, I'm sure you can sort out the rattling down here. I'm guessing the mag goes in like that. Quite a nice mag ejection, although I've never really had a problem with the VSR one. Where did I put the chrono? Last but certainly not least, let's get some eye protection on this. Just a couple of shots. 0.2 gram BBs in here. I'm also curious as to actually how loud it is. So I do have a decibel meter on my phone. God, this thing is, obviously it's very long. God, ridiculous. Okay, so that is 383 FPS, and it came out at 94 decibels. And we'll fire one more. .383 again, so very consistent, and again hit a peak of, that was 92 decibels for that one. So okay, we're shooting like sub 400 FPS. That explains the really smooth bolt pull on this. Classic mil dot crosshairs. Good choice. Okay, eye box is bad, ultimately. But the glass is okay. Glass is okay, but the eye box is small. Which is what you typically get with like a slightly cheaper optic. Why don't we just quickly compare it to my VSR? This is my VSR 10. There are many like it, but this one is mine. So all I've really done with this is basically try to make it powerful and very, very quiet. So let me reset everything on here, and we're going to fire a couple of shots through the VSR 10. We're going to see what FPS we're getting, and we're also going to see what kind of sound we're getting off this as well. So with my particular VSR 10, as you can see, I've wrapped it. It's also got weight in the back here, so it's a little bit more solid than the regular one. It's also got a little bit of extra weight up front here, and any of the empty spaces inside this receiver have basically been filled out with old socks. Yep, that's right. So, right, let's just reset this. That was 497.9 FPS. Shall I do one more? And that was 89 decibels. So we're still below. So we're still pretty quiet on this one, and considerably more powerful. So like if you do tune your VSR, I'll do a video on it at some point. I've got lots of guns that I haven't done videos on yet, and so there is going to be plenty more of this kind of stuff. And I'll show you what I've done to this, and I'll show you how it shoots and everything. Oh, time out. I think I might have just clipped the edge. Oh, dear me. Also, you have to be careful because this will basically put a hole in anything that you shoot. Okay. That was 89 decibels. That was 501 exactly. First unboxing done. Nozzle rifle. Yeah, it's clearly that one's been downgraded. But it could probably do with a few sound dampening enhancements. So what I'd suggest with anything like this, I'm not going to take it apart because it's not mine, but if it was, I would be taking the barrel and receiver assembly off it, looking for any dead space inside like that, and trying to fill it. You don't have to fill it with anything particularly special. Like I said, I put socks in my VSR 10, but it just deadens that sound and it just quietens everything down. Yeah, an interesting way to do it. So yeah, cool gun. But if you're a techer and a tuner, then you probably just want to go for a VSR 10. Like the TMs can be picked up for like £190. You can still get them like sub £200, and you know there are always spares on like forums and stuff like that. There are so many upgrades. Again, the VSR 10 is the classic sniper rifle. It used to be the Maruzen APS-2, and then it's arguably still better. But the platform that really took the sniper market by storm. And in fact, you know, the gun that Nozzle cut his teeth on was a VSR 10. So it is such a well-established platform. Ultimately, with a VSR 10, all you really need to do is drop in a 120 spring. You don't even need to change the sears in it. And I ran it like that for years until I went, I might upgrade to a 150 spring, and in case I break the sears, I basically upgraded to steel sears, which cost about 15 quid. It's a really easy gun to work on. It's a really easy gun to get shooting amazing. So as much as I do kind of get what Novrich is doing, and I think it's fantastic that he's making airsoft accessible to the, you know, to people that have never played before, who want to get into the sniping, get something high end but don't have hours and hours to put in. I think there's a bit of a myth there, because in reality you don't kind of need to do much to a VSR. You can just drop in a more powerful spring and replace 2 sears, and there's plenty of videos out there on how to do it. If you, I might have to do a tutorial for that, I always could. But it's really simple. But the fact of the matter is, it may be kind of pot metal, but the way that it's been designed, it can take a fair bit of pressure. So, you know, dropping in an M120 spring and changing nothing else on it, yeah, you'll probably be all right for quite a while. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So yeah, a little bit of roasting for Novrich on that one. Yeah, he is bringing a product to the market, but you know, you could. It's fun to tech. He knows that as well, but he's just catering to a different part of the market. I'm just going to play devil's advocate a little bit on that. Anyway, shall we take a look in box number 2? That is a sticker that I can get on board with. True, what is going to be in here? God, this is tight. Okay, first thing, torch just fell off. GHKG5, by the looks of things. Right, let's just get this attached on the front here somewhere. Probably not the side with the charging handle, would be sensible, Ollie. Never handled one of these guns really. I know that they have, they're kind of all polymer, and that's kind of, I don't really know a huge amount more than that. Okay, torch doesn't work. I guess he probably took the batteries out. You know what? That's not a little trigger, that. Don't know if you're supposed to HK slap it. I probably won't do it too much, seeing as it's not mine. Is this folding? Looks like it's folding. Stiff. Maybe I won't play with it too much. Yeah, okay, GHKG5. I mean, for CQB, like an absolute little monster. Especially with that trigger, yeah. I'll have to see if you get a reciprocating charging handle or anything. Don't know anything about those. I can't even roast this. I know exactly what this is. This is an NWS. Wow. It's Mark 18 as well. Super cool. Okay, well obviously everyone knows that I love an MWS. So yeah, tough to roast. Again, no batteries in here or anything. We've got a flip up front sight but no rear sight. He has a hand stop and a foregrip. That's probably so he can always hit his tactical lights even when there's like no lights on at all. You can always bring it up, and if you've got something like this kind of arrangement, or even just one of these to be honest, you can find your light on top, which is obviously what he's doing here. Ambi sling points at the back here, and you see he's got a sling point halfway down the rail. Other than that, I don't think anything here particularly looks upgraded. Oh no, we've yeah, there's a couple of things going on inside here. Let's split it open and see what is going on. Sorry. Okay, yes, my man. So yeah, he's got one of the heavyweight angry gun buffers. These are great for just adding extra recoil. God, that is, yeah, really good stuff as well. Let's have a quick look at the bolt carrier group that he's got. Completely stock, as you can see, not too much wear on the top there, so we're not really going to get any misfeeds or anything from this. Nozzle looks great, intact. All looks good, yeah. This was what I was interested in. So he looks like he has got a maple leaf 60-degree Mr. Hop. is what it's got in there. So this, yeah, this is definitely going to be kicking out some range on this thing. Ultimately, yeah, I'm pretty familiar, obviously, with the NWS platform. I would still call this an NWS, even though it's the Mark 18 variant. Doesn't really matter. It's still just, it's an NWS, because that's what its parts compatibility is. So didn't notice anything particularly special. Yeah, stock trigger box and everything in there. This will probably benefit if you want to get rid of the initial grittiness and you really can't stand it. Just the gun's modify adjustable rear sear. It basically moves the biting point, so where you're getting that initial like scratching that you're biting through, that's two sears rubbing together, and it actually just moves one of them kind of out of the way so you don't get that rubbing and it just engages. May work for you if you've got the money to do it. They're, I don't know, like 15, 20 quid. Not a bad little drop in though. Ultimately, NWS, absolute classic. So let's quickly grab one of these GHK G5 mags, assuming there's probably no gas in here, no BBs in it. Give it a little charge and point it in a safe direction. There shouldn't be anything in it. Ooh. Okay. Well, that recoil really is quite nice and stout. So yeah, non-reciprocating charging handle, but MP5 style, kind of cool. The recoil impulse of this is really nice. I like it. An integrated front sight here. I don't know whether that actually marries up with this replica M-bus at the back. But either way, like a pretty standard sight picture. He's got like a DBal in here, so and a fake a replica T1. He's like put some stuff on. This is quite interesting. Yeah, cool little DBal. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, you know what? Pretty cool little gun. And I do like, basically, like, because it's such a light gun, it means that you can get some really like beefy recoil out of it. Making the whole thing out of polymer, good move. Yeah, I actually kind of like this. Maybe something I'll have to look at in the future if I see one coming up on the forums. Yeah, okay, GHK G5, I'm interested. That is a long ass trigger, like long reset, but quite affirmative. It really like wants to push you back on there. I am just gonna have to fire a couple of shots through this, I'm afraid. You know what? That's quite nice. Yeah, I'll have to see how it actually shoots in real life, but that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's actually based on anything though. It'd be cool if it's based on something. See, the things like GHK G5 on here, things like that, don't really grab me. I do like it when something is based on kind of a real gun. That way, when you watch it in a film, you can be like, yeah, I've got my MP5 and I'm watching Die Hard. Brilliant, like perfect combo. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you very much to Odie for letting me open up, take a look at his Airsoft collection. He does have a couple of pistols that he's going to send through to me as well. But for the time being, this was a look at someone else's, in all fairness, pretty cool little Airsoft collection. The other bits that he's got in here, he does have an eotech here. Not a real one, obviously. Not obviously, he could have a real one, but this isn't a real one. And a Replica G33 or G34 Magnifier. Pretty cool, to be honest. Like, if you're going for an airsoft look, you don't necessarily be wanting to spend like this kind of setup in real life would be like 1,300 quid. If this is like a Holy Warrior or something like that, I'll see if I can find some trades and stuff on it. But if it is, they're still like 130 quid or something, so that's plenty to be spending on an airsoft gun. So yeah, massive thank you to Odie for letting me have a quick look at his airsoft gun collection, and I will see you guys soon for a bit more of an update and some more airsoft stuff. Cool, take it easy.